finally at least getting a few players over towards it. Shyy might be ready to at least get a few spam. No, not bullets, not going to be sent. Going to be waiting for the rest of this team now, but they are in position to try and flood back in. It's board time for them. Here it is, Nade rebounding with the paranoia, sweeping through, connecting onto two. The aftershock at least going to delay. Cover going out. It's a little bit out through Waterfall. It's a heavy committal into the back of the side here by Sentinels, and with Zekken falling early, KRÜ should be set up for this one nicely. Just playing this one together and already flooding through with the kills. Keznit leading the charge for his team with 3 of them, just leaving it down to Zellsis. Nade forcing them out into the open, making noise already. He's got way too much to do, and KRÜ will the ground gain now over towards C, straight into the side. Zekken, this with the satchel movement, it's going to be given up freely. No one eager to really try and fight this one again. Zekken, he's maybe overstepping himself. No, straight through the box. They're all aiming for the one player, but unfortunately it's a 2-for-1 special out through Waterfall. What's the call now going to be made by these KRÜ players? Complete wraparound. They made their presence known. Now trying to fight through this one. It's a one-way setup though that TenZ has popped up. Makes it very difficult to chew through. Prowler has to be committed, and a Prowler is going to be used. At least paranoia, I should say, in response for it. As soon as they get that kill, look at the discipline by Sentinels backing away.
Their plant's in a fantastic position for them to play over towards Mound. This is looking like an anti-bonus here with almost nothing dropped. There's
say that, yeah, there's the reveal. TenZ will get picked off, but there's no chances anymore for KRÜ to win this one. Sentinels have got this one wrapped up.
The lining. Exposing the heat. KRÜ normally play it really well.
Risky to face that one wide with the Prowler. It does connect there. Heat! Skyy has been magnificent. Melser's going to be backing him well. Up, tidy with a reset. Still Sentinels might be able to persevere. A little bit of that gunplay coming into effect. So the 2v3. Maybe door opened wide. Keznit. What's their placement? It wasn't quite on point for that one. Shyy takes the peek, takes the gamble, backs away now, wants to try and play this one safely. 35 seconds roughly in a round. Sentinels definitely have their chances.
And johnqt is playing mind games over here. Klaus peeks. They could have already got into tree though. That information just not quite good enough.
Making noise.
The footsteps though are going to confirm things. They're heading away from A.
I don't think Klaus heard it potentially. He might expect it now, yeah, looking in the other direction.
Yeah, they're starting to leave off the site at the moment, and they didn't full clear tree. There's barely any time here for John to get onto the site.
10 seconds left.
But it's going to be Zellsis that gets the plant down.
Klaus denied! Oh, johnqt, the savior, comes to his rescue. Could have been a plant now, could have been a round win just like that, and it leaves it for Shyy. In a 1v2, Cam takes point, flash to follow. Too much util right in his face now. Aftershock as well, slowing him down. Trip's going to be dealt with though. Shyy just needs to isolate one of these fights here, but a jiggle of the movement, just offset, and he's dancing.
A nade over there. But look, Keznit's already off site. He has the showstopper. This could still get dangerous.
Yeah, rocket initiation could be dangerous, but lands it just at the feet. A lot of damage done to himself here, but the rest of the team off site. Keznit, he's so damn eager. He wants to take the fight straight up. Swinging before the smoke was even bloomed. Shyy in and through. Gonna be managed though, at least with his kills going even. But Keznit, he's still alive here. Finally dropped to the ground. TenZ, it's in an aggressive forward position.
Fight on the flank.
All sound cues taken away, and an important one. Melser winning it. That's a rifle taken away. 2v2 now, rolling thunder. Has to be committed, TP forwards. TenZ, he's trying to get active. If you can at least take away this one player, Heat. It's becoming a bit of a problem here, jiggling around, but the patience is immaculate. Melser did manage to pick up that upgrade, but double-faced by Sentinels.
He chooses the safer option as his team pivot into B.
KRÜ definitely got players ready to receive this once more. Keznit might even be there as well. Zekken, he's taking the lead. Still, he's going to be locked down in place. Can't hit the transfer in time. Keznit tries to swing in and fight into them once more. Just can't get it with the reset. Now we're going to see another pivot straight over towards C. Klaus is going to be holding this out towards Waterfall. Does have a molly in his back pocket.
Slowing things down now, and Klaus looking for information.
Fault line. Should see it. Flash dodged. Aftershock. Evading most of it, yet still with the rifle. Now a TP.
Some amazing kills in these rounds from Zellsis. Real impact.
A bit of a rocky beginning.
And both teams fighting rubble.
Yeah, might see a really heavy clash occurring finally. Keznit, first blood. Let's draw it. Still a heavy committal by a couple of these KRÜ players here. And Zekken just due diligence shown. Is going to be clearing a lot of these corners and the boxes as the wall. They've got it. Ready here with a seize nade. Off to the back. And Zellsis is pressed forwards.
That's lovely.
Down A.
setting up Keznit quite nicely for all of these fights. Still, do they choose to fight this one? Sentinels might be overstepping themselves, but risk. They're going to try and take the option out through the baby door, but it's individualistic, isn't it?
Oh, what else?
Just can't really swing into it.
Has John Zellsis out into the open? Take the timing as KRÜ are still over towards A.
Yeah,
this is all about trying to beat the defensive rotates.
What a util though in the choke point.
And that's the problem. Can you beat it when there's all this vibrant killjoy util down?
It's a big separation. Zekken is way ahead of the rest of his team here, and Keznit is already in the fight with that kill, and a showstopper earned. It's even more cascading series of events here for the KRÜ players, right on top of the ball.
And that's why KRÜ feels so comfortable fighting a Rubble with 4 players at the start of the round, because they have nanoswarm setups, snakebite setups that delay that first wave of attacking utility, and then the defenders are already there by the time you get into your second wave. Second and TenZ completely isolated and shut down by Keznit, who is now finding his moments.
Once more, these options are going to be removed. It's a fault line. Middle now into the side here, but again, look at this hold over towards Waterfall. Spam and util. Sent flying here by KRÜ. It's waves of it. Seeking to delay with only 20 seconds left onto the clock, and Sacy at some point will have to commit to this, and when that time comes, gonna be at that disadvantage, if not already. Keznit is ripping them, tearing them asunder still. Spraying them through and down, but 9 seconds remaining, down into that 1v2, 7 bullets. And Sacy left the spot. Can't claim it. Heat was low enough. 1 kill is all that's really necessary, but time's ran short. Well, a go there. Paranoia sweeps through, already to play. Sentinels into the side here. Shyy, no chance for him to see if he can even it out with a nade. Rebounding into the seas. johnqt narrowly avoiding it. Won't be falling. Not right now. Still a 5v5, despite all of it. He sends it through, at least with the eye. To be revealing quite a bit. The reposition of TenZ seems to be happening. No kills happening. Opened up as well with the door and a fault line to slow it. Klaus might get picked off, just jiggling around. And Sentinels, they do have control, at least in the front section. KRÜ now, pace injected. Straight into things here, but a Neurotheft revealing. All still with the kills. They might be able to collect it and claim it. Off angle of Melser. It's good and true. At least to find it, but time's still ticking, and the nade rebounds, lands, pushing them away, and no more chances at all. Sentinels.
A great post plants.
You see it now. Be a bit of a tussle though over towards that C-mount angle. Somehow Melser escaped most of it, but the trades are on point. Sentinels with the player advantage.
And KRÜ have changed up their defensive setup. They're no longer fighting as heavily over towards Rubble, hoping to catch Sen off guard.
And this one not broken.
But I think they fixed it before it was broken, to be honest with you, because this adjustment where they fought early B in round 9 and now they fought early C in round 10, it hasn't worked. Sen have had the advantages.
Stray shots from Shyy.
Bring them down.
Hoping for a blessing in disguise there. Very difficult to get themselves through into this one already. TenZ committing that paranoia. Slowing down a step with KRÜ. That might help though. Already evened it up to 3 versus 3. Cage in their face still. It's slow and delayed as soon as that first player. There's no trade in sight as Heat was dropped. Shyy with just a guy
down over towards a Rubble. Klaus pops his ultimate in this direction.
My ult is ready.
Could they send this with Nightfall breach ult? Yeah. Certainly looks like
exactly what's going to be occurring. There's a slight gap towards the back of the site there with a nade flying forwards. The pit's going to be going down. Still, they have that util to the lane. Keznit! Rocket forwards flying, but whistles right past and no casualties. Nobody falling still. Sacy, it's going to be late to the party there, missing the timing to take it straight past and through, and still
he has the spike.
Seconds.
I mean, if there was any level of a push out through A, you look how Zellsis and Zekken both coming back to escort the spike in case anything bad happens.
There's twists and turns in this last round in this first half. It's looking like they wanted to commit over towards B. Shyy asleep at the wheel. A little bit delayed. Taking that spam damage backs away here with a lockdown. Now held into his hands, and this will be a bit of a problem. A sticking point for Sentinels. What do you choose to do? You're forced into the B site. It's the only one really open towards you. TenZ. An important job for him. He's got to try and hold down this B main angle, but he's being reflanked at the exact same time by Klaus. Sight. Finally gained. Sacy with a plan. Going to be sticking this one.
Spike planted.
Angles.
Whoa, the timing.
And a game of that timing, like you were saying, TenZ versus Klaus. It's so damn important. TenZ. He wins it out. The last 2 players known and noted. Melser is on an island. Got to make a go of things. But nothing to his name to really work with, just a rifle in his hands. Smoke will dissipate. Here's the reload, but way too many targets. Surely it's an impossibility. Trip's broken. Sentinel's going to be alerted to this one. Now TenZ is very alone. Stands his ground. Is going to be beckoning them even further forward. Do you dare take the fight against him? Paranoia has to go flying forwards, at least with the nade. There's no follow-up. No one's holding that angle because, again, the util is perfect. He's caught the timing. Slipped it around, straight through behind. Almost at the backstab, and seconds there to deliver. A dagger to the back of multiple players. They just weren't expecting it, and KRÜ almost squandering this chance for them. Still, it's a 2v3. 30 seconds left. Spike still theirs, and Senna happy to give them a bit of space. A tap at a plant.
Looking to try to bait out that util. Quantum flash available for Zellsis and Sacy.
Shyy has to back away from this one. Still, he might be able to do it. Tap goes the Ghost, double tap alongside it, but Shyy not able to claim one of his own. 1v2 now for him, still with a haunt. Ready there, but he chooses and opts into the gun still out, and
Unexpected timing ends up working out. How does Zekken get another one in that spot when he's being faced from tree at the same time as stairs?
That is crazy.
The fact he gets...
Keznit, jump spot. This is risky from him. There's really no support from the rest of his team. Paranoia forwards. Be safety in few of these players as a nade rebounded. TenZ is blinded.
That's very cool.
Yep, couldn't see anything. Straight towards the back of the pillar. johnqt oversteps himself. He's eager to try and play off those kill trips that he had set up online. The angles is all being watched for there. So with two players dropping from Sentinels. Limited options to play this back into this round, especially now with the spike planted for KRÜ. Get that extension.
It's all just about damaging the KRÜ economy here. You're not really expecting to win the 3v5, though obviously, if you can pull it off, it's ridiculously good.
Waiting for the horn timing. Now, the time to strike is nigh. Straight through like a rocket Zekken, but he is going to be brought down. Dropped in the process, hearing this rumble of the footsteps. Shyy be collecting all the stragglers off on to the flank. Anticipating it's going to be pivot over towards the B site.
But I also like that KRÜ are not really having to use a huge amount of util, although that investment...
Hearing it. There's a spam there. Still being held for, though, so the trade online, Zellsis dropping him.
That's not bad. He did some good damage over towards Zellsis as well. 43 health. But like I was... oh, hello.
Fight, yeah.
That's an important one.
That's being won, and it's going to force out that nightfall. He had that one for a rainy day, and it appears that has landed here and now. Prowler forward once more. Heavy up towards heaven. At least going to be double holding into the one-way. Oh, the bait and switch as the smokes drop. Still a 2v3 though, and the angle's not being watched for there. Not anticipated by Heat. Good patience, at least with the rifle play. TenZ dropped down to 45 health. But the spike ticking away. KRÜ staying alive.
It's won every single round with the Zekken first kill.
We'll see which way it lands. This way. It's a fight to be taken with the showstopper. Zekken finds his mark and the target falls. Still it's traded out. TenZ can't overextend. Still has one more TP. At least for the evacuation, they will get out scot-free. Imagine there's really no chances here. 40 seconds. Prowler reveals. Now going to be aware of things here with a showstopper running forward. What? Skims right past it. TenZ still alive and active, and still with that smoke up, but it will be dissipating any time now. Door opened up. Feeling like they're going to pivot. Heads are revealed, and TenZ now knows what the job is. He's got to try and put a stop to this one. Already footsteps rumbling towards him. He beckons them in. Straight towards the side. Do you dare overstep yourself? And a one kill found. 12 seconds left. Gun not in sight for johnqt. Can't really seem to deny, but at least the aftershock will. Still spraying them down. 6 seconds remain. It could come down to the minute of differences and details. Still the smoke bloomed up in his face. Dropping down. Klaus.
And break it. Do we see that counterplay? Do they save it?
Second. Just believe holding potentially the util out into the open. I mean, Keznit just takes the fight straight up. They've flooded themselves into the site. johnqt.
He's trapped.
He is corralled into the corner now, and he needs to win that fight out. It's not the case. Keznit firing on all cylinders.
That's an amazing call from KRÜ. Zekken's on site with his nade ready to break lockdown. They use it in the plant to push back the Sen players and stop them from going for a flood defense.
And the guns, they know how necessary it is that they stay alive in the Sen players' hands.
But Zekken always at the top of the duelist v duelist, and now the battle between the Omens.
Oh my!
Traded out. Neither team with smokes online. Klaus, though, is always going to be able to provide that secondary ability to cut off these angles, and especially with Pit in the back of his pocket, that could be amazing in the post plan.
Yeah, if he lays that one down, it's going to make that retake much more difficult. Zellsis is the one placed into a tricky spot. He's got to come up with the goods, and he's got Zellsis at least second up at his back. Offsetting with the movement. It's the bait and switch, pressing the advantage further forwards. At least with the nightfall.
But Klaus fell. No Pit. As Sen continued to apply that pressure. And it goes down into a 2v2. I feel like Sen have been very good in these kind of positions, but they were always in the post plan previously. They always had that advantage of the spike being down.
And it's all been slow to a crawl. Sentinels wanted to take this one nice and easy now. Just the one player revealing their presence, but still doubled up side by side heat. Shyy could potentially swing off. It is contact! Can't wrangle the beast. That is that rifle. johnqt getting a move on. Knows it's down to the 1v1. Few straight bullets! Just towards a rubble. Nade sees. Good connection, at least with the full line. TenZ attempting to punish, just jiggling with it. The rifle in hand. He's doing the most. Already 2 dropped down. What is going to be the answer from KRÜ here? Surely you back away. Do you refight this? But the spike is hard committed. Keznit is way ahead of the curve. The rest of his team cannot stand to it. TenZ!
Not for TenZ! How has he managed this? His team goes for almost a refight over towards Rubble. They don't take the duel at the very beginning, and instead they throw a delayed haunt to set TenZ up for that opening kill. Then once this machine gets posted onto the angle, he's locked in.
Locked in.
Serious damage done.
It's the added element with the Odin spam.
Have we got a line up for a haunt here? No, Sacy's already used it.
I mean, Zellsis has a chance. He gets punished now, but already with the positioning, he's backed away. At least the nightfall. He's going to scurry back to the rest of his team. Doesn't want any of the smoke, especially with Keznit. Showstopper.
Look how well they're saving post-plant utility here, though. They have Pit, they still have Paranoia.
Yeah,
they
so
still have
many
the
tools.
Showstopper.
Exactly. Klaus, quick little tap. Showstopper now going to be used. Up and around! And the rocket against the back wall just about claims TenZ.
Shut down the danger man of round 20 early on.
Now there's a fast play pace injected here by Sentinels. They're going to try and go quick into this one. Already with that spike planted down alongside the Pit. Still up, still active. The murky depths, you got to try and wade your way through. Melser, make sure to hold down that tree avenue and angle. Spray down with the Odin, not earning too much, and heat might get tricky with it. Timing to be taken, and he does indeed swing. Big ult of his own. Game plan for Sentinels, pretty standard. KRÜ, once more, not even looking to turn up the tempo. They are just contacting through. Such a heavy read. Melser's in there.
Yeah.
There's no one covering his back. They don't have backside control.
Yeah, I mean, look how good these reads are. As much as KRÜ... Wait, there's the catch.
And they've lost B main control because of it.
Having said that, I still feel like their post-plan positioning is pretty good here. They're looking to try to bait out a lot of information from Sen. But that ult is good. It tells them they're not playing heavy over towards site.
Rolling Thunder, second ping of things, points exactly towards the position of these players. Now the backside needs to be held down by Melser. At the same time, flanking around Zekken. Ult earn, rocket out and around. Sends it flying, lets it loose, but no kill. Still the damage is there. And a collection on all sorts of players. It's a feed filled up with blue. With the money all evened out.
I think KRÜ have had a fantastic read on how to get into the sites well. Again, they find a site with nobody home. They can get a plant down.
Open for the taking.
They've previously been very good in the post-plant situations as well. That's how this comeback started. But Sen have found their way back into things.
They don't have position surrounding B main. In fact, TenZ may have even just heard a footstep. He's overstaying it. He's making sure that he's got that watchful eye.
It's just
for the...
It's so common to go for the reflank.
Melser sends it, loses the fight out. On the other side of things, Haunt, at least with the reveal, needs to be cleaned up though, and Klaus will finally fall. Sentinels, surely not like this. Another 8 earned, and with it rebounding, it sets them up. Skipping, hopping, at least with a shorty, still need to manage it. Heat, it's down to the wire, johnqt, sticking, run away. Not too sure to hear all the footsteps. Klaus, no gun in sight. Still with the ults though. Yep. The Knight's out here. How do you fight through this? Nightfall forward. Shyy is ahead of it. TP back and around. Melser, what can you do? Cleaned up again. It's a 2v4. And the issue's been forced. KRÜ The only side accessible, you have to go towards C, but I don't even know if it's cleared out. What a call by Sentinels.
And KRÜ, for the first time, hesitating.
Spike
They've
planted.
managed to read the empty site every time on their attack half. And this time they hesitated. They double guessed.
Doors open. Trepidation in the aim of Heat. All this to drag it to OT. Keznit sees the paranoia. That's loose. Now the fuse going to be turning. Rocket sails past. And one will remain. Heat. Surely you can't do it. Tapping away. Cannot dodge it. Stunned up. And Sentinel.
Towards B, denying a bit of info, and zekken straight up mid.
Unbreakable trip. Surely gets removed. No, not quite. Still lit up. No one. We're stepping into that one. Still zekken. Wins that fight out, maybe the second. Definite damage done, but Keznit reigns supreme, wins out that matchup.
And there's the clash between the two duelists. Both of them landing headshots. It purely just comes down to the gun differential. Keznit goes back over for a heal. So a player advantage, but Sen should be able to get the plant down.
KRÜ not set up for anything fast, no flood attempts. It is Sentinels who have to take all the risks. That's what you're seeing right now. Sacy's positioning, doubled up, not making any noise. They're straight past it. Plenty of heads, plenty of targets, but spraying away and praying, hoping for any sort of opening. But the weapon picked up, betrayed by it. Sacy, not enough bullets left to do the job. Zellsis, right click. That's a bit of a blessing, but still, Keznit can stick this defuse with safety. So Sacy's entire intention here was to try and fake like there could be presence over towards A.
Keznit versus zekken again in B heaven.
It's going to be an important one. Still trying to make this one feel and at least drag those players and keep them tethered over towards the A site. Meanwhile, Sen seeing if they can at least get this plant down over towards the B site. Bonus round conversion potentially there. KRÜ still not out into the open, but tucked into the corner. TenZ, but he saves the day. Keznit though, there's a timing with the Guardian. Oh my! Trapped into the corner, rifle away. Zellsis finally wins it. Leaves it now to a 2v2. Doubled up, fades away. As the curtain drops, the stage is definitely set. No way, precision!
And you've got the best players in the world, some of the best aimers we've seen.
Oh. An early punish onto Klaus, and even further, zekken steps forwards, lays claim to the A site.
And what a decision for Sen to force up here.
Certainly could potentially be risky, but enough rifles in play that felt like it was worth the risk. Looking like it. Essentially a round win. Keznit.
Melser's the only player that could do anything in this round. But he'd have to be gifted some free kills here onto TenZ and Zellsis.
Surely you don't go for this. Surely you don't, but okay. They full forced into first time a flash was used by Heat in this round, but now surely, yeah, there's the timing. Sending it. It's for the Trailblazers, still locking it down, not stunned up. And now, surely for the taking, Heat is hopped up onto the angle, seeking the support, but doubled up and gone for it again. Keznit arrives at the party, heavily late, but maybe potentially there still. With the rocket gun flying, Sacy with brute force, can't make it happen. TenZ just on 45 health. Spike is dropped in the middle of nowhere. Klaus,
Are KRÜ ready?
it's got to be a quick play. Yeah, of course they're ready. Melser is the one taking the earliest peek. It's an over-the-map nade. Full intention of it to try and break some of those trips as well, but trips are not what's waiting for you. It's the KRÜ bodies and players stacked up, ready just to deliver that final blow.
You saw the timing there. TenZ was ready to swing off Sacy's flash. Keznit got in front of it. Preempted that timing.
Here.
Gets a kill. KRÜ are playing immaculately so far.
They've missed the timing here still. Zellsis creeps up, will reveal a little bit of their hand.
Now, why have KRÜ got 4 players A ramp currently? Really, just to guide the neural theft into position.
Gives them that info, stacked up towards mid. Full marathon sprint now, rotations abound. You see that Trailblazer spotting at least the one, gonna be broken, still the cam. It's gonna be a problem. Has to be broken. Zekken pulling out. Finally, Sacy does win that fight out through CT.
This pit here, the showstopper.
Very committed showstopper, and that's just to buy them time. The fuse is gonna be burnt down to a crisp.
They're looking to try to win this 3v5, and KRÜ gave them the B site.
How'd you play this one into the pit? Melser drops back. He's looking for the rifle. He knows it's useless. carrying that operator into the pit. Paranoia sweeping through. Shots are fired. It's blind luck that really stands a chance right now for KRÜ because they just need one to be on the board, but everybody topples.
Poison's off.
Shyy with a reposition. Curtain drops. That is a little bit messy. Still Zellsis. Klaus now left alone.
They found my wife.
Everybody going to be quickly pushing themselves into his position here. He's holding it quite far back, not exactly committed. And zekken hasn't had to use a showstopper. He's got himself into the site now, into this post plan.
Huge amounts of respect. They've broken both of Klaus's trips, and now Klaus is going to be asked to do the most.
Tucked up to the side, just trying to dodge this Trailblazer. Just about breaks it, backs himself away. He knows the Sen have surely got position him into the side. TenZ has cut them up and crossed them up, at least with his TP. Does Klaus want to make a go of things here? It's whiffy. Sacy, all he had to do was direct his attention. He won the fight out himself. Up and over, still running themselves in. Shyy, unfortunate with that timing. Dropping it across. The last few bullets is all it takes. Second, Sky is unleashed, but finally dropped down, but he's left in a 1v3.
Planted.
Here's the reload. Very
Moment. A bit of a pump fake. Really, the jewel in their crown.
Absolutely. Losing his jewel versus Keznit, but quickly returned with the fire. And an advantage still held for Sentinels.
KRÜ seem like they want to try to force the fight. One of the big adjustments coming out the timeout, perhaps. They wanted to force the fight over towards A. They even had a good opportunity. It's just it all went wrong. Now this time, dropping the orb and looking to try to take the fight, and Sen just had too many players in mid. B is completely open as KRÜ go re-exploring. 2 trips, though, for Sen to deal with. They've only spotted the first.
Must have heard the other one, at least predicting it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been in the same position almost every round for Klaus. Every time that Klaus has played B, he's put a trip in this spot. Just not going to catch them too off guard.
Very similar to the previous round.
Yeah, this same
TenZ
pause
just
being
inserted,
put.
yeah, and just pausing, waiting for the response from KRÜ. This time they are going to contact up onto the angles, but it's exactly the same, and that's how the last time that Klaus ended up giving away his life with the trip broken. Now going to be some level of awareness. Smokes fading up onto the high ground. At least firing down the shots and raining down a bit of that lead. Up close. No way! Sacy contemplating it with the reload. Showstopper here for zekken. Wants to punish to get a connection! And off the back wall. Splash damaged enough. Shyy was no match.
And then they just follow the path of least resistance here. And again, another duel.
I mean, the confidence that these Sen players have right now, off the charts. Needs to be a miracle. Won't be happening. Pete with just 1. 2 left to stand.
Keznit.
It's making noise, surely, up into heaven. Zellsis can hear this. The exchange of the weapons.
Zellsis is just the final player, you know, the backstop. He doesn't need to make a play at this point.
Exactly, the final win condition in the round. Post plan can still be played here. Keznit, full wrap around. Trying to play this crossfire up, but with the trip being broken, TenZ, tension diverted. Paranoia through and around, and here is that insurance policy. Zellsis sinks it over the rest of his... Lost control of heaven. Gives some free reign. Is it going to be sending it forwards now into the A site? Rest of the team, bit of a tap. Heat looking for any sort of response. And look at how fast. I mean, Sentinels already with control up onto heaven. They don't have ram control though. They're going to be facing this one. This is a chorus being made by KRÜ. Fast onto it now. And Melser still holding onto this paranoia. Dominating this position. Pushing them away. Sen are also going to be reacting nice and quickly. Trailblazer clearing the corners. Seeing 2. Spotting it up. Zekken could get his head ripped straight off here. Potentially isolated, up and alone, and Melser finally cleans him up, takes him out. Wasn't expecting that second layer of things. johnqt there waiting. Now, the time ticking, options running dry and short. KRÜ is pure domination. Sweep their way through into the site. They've got it essentially for free. Flash will confirm it, making a lot of noise here. Sen are surrounding this position, and they're choosing to flood and really trying to fight this one with the util in hand. Zellsis still tucks himself. Will he even be able to get out? Yes, he will. Just about dodging those bullets. Still inside the smoke, spraying away with the rifles. No kills claimed.
A lot of damage. Zekken's looking for that lurk player. You're expecting KRÜ to have somebody in that kind of spot. We can see that that's not the case.
Finally with the plant down.
3 players on site. That's not exactly optimal, I would say. Normally you want to be looking for a place to dominate, like A ramp or screens.
Last time KRÜ won that round because they had control of ramp. This time giving it up freely. Klaus, he's got a lot to do in this spot. Just shifting really around, just trying to play the timings. Backing around these walls still. Now an off angle being played, but he's cleaned up. This is methodical by Sentinels. Looking to now see if they can piece it together. Out through main, hearing it from behind. Zellsis with the awareness. 1 player to stand. Melser finally wrangling it. 4 bullets left though, and 2 players to deal with. Sticking TenZ. He got this one in the bag. Yes, he does. Shyy in that spot though, but still. Send it with the util. Have that be heaven control. Zekken is very aware of this still. Tucks his head straight to the ground. Falling around here. It's lead raining down onto the Hell player. Zekken still. That's an awkward angle. Game of timings, and he ends up losing it now with only 2 players left. TenZ taking a risk there in a moment, realizing he had to offset the advantage. KRÜ have that round win.
And Sen need to find those mid-round situations to disrupt if he swings out a little more to his left.
Flash are going to be seeing it, at least a trip pulling it back and away. Keznit can't do anything, and TenZ full control. This is his territory up towards A ramp. Will not let anybody step up to him.
Spike down.
Any worthy challenges, Melser.
After 40 seconds, gate that.
Yeah. Cam spots it. There's Klaus. Doesn't really orchestrate too much. Klaus knows that there's a cam active. He's going to be hearing it. There it is, finally spotted, removed. Rest of his team now following up right behind him, but as anchoring players straight into the fight and into the fray. Do you dare really step up to this challenge? johnqt, he beckons them in.
Cancelled the ult from TenZ, realizing that they weren't committing to the A site. He goes back over to B.
So a bit of a pump fake of their own by KRÜ. Paranoia sweeping, now with the satchels, up and over and around, just missing it. johnqt, surely you don't survive in this spot. This guy is still staying active, and in the fight! 2 drop down. He's made it so much more damn difficult with time against them. KRÜ stand a chance! This guy's working magic! Wrapping around them, and no time left to work with. It's all Sentinels, and all the IGL.
Normally you can pause in A heaven here and threaten that you might be going through vents to B, but are you really going to do that against a pit?
Pit, yeah.
I just don't see how that's going to happen.
They're all getting funneled out through spawn. They've only got johnqt holding this one, Cage.
Sentinels know that they have to go into the A site here, and these positions are immaculate.
Collapsed and ready, Zekken. He falls, TPing around, dodging that paranoia, this time not getting away with it. johnqt still there, hearing that drop down, a few bullets. Impeccable game sense. Just expecting that player there. Damage done to Klaus. He's going to be able to get healed up. This post-plant positioning of the KRÜ players isn't ideal. Everybody's stacked up over towards the site.
But TenZ is also retaking this with an op. Unless they get given a pick right off the beginning, I could see Sen not even wanting to opt in.
Yeah. Chances, but unlikely.
Felt like their defensive positioning was immaculate, but the shots just didn't get hit. TenZ is going to send a paranoia. They're going for it.
There's a lot. Holding for the swing. Heat. Tucked in.
Incredible.
Explosion.
If the hit goes into TenZ, he's going to be hard-pressed to get value from this op.
They're going to be satcheling through and around the flash. No connection! Second! Sent it flying through. 2 return. johnqt.
I have retrieved the spike.
He just snaps. Deals with any sort of intruders. And that angle is attempting to fake that this is like an attempt over towards B, where the rest of the KRÜ creeping and crawling up through the angles, up through ramp, spamming away. Zellsis punish at a jump spot, nasty. Any players left to meet him? What is the call now being made for them? With the neural theft, they spotted it. Know that Heat has gained access over towards B heaven, and a pivot is in sight. Keznit is out for spawn! It means to match there a second. Drops him. Down now to just 2. johnqt will not get away with it. Very committed into a difficult team to tangle with. It's johnqt, he's tucked close. Cam's going to be seeing it. More little feeties. And a satchel through. Surely don't commit into this one still. He is cleaned up. Removing the IGL might make things just a little bit easier, but a post-plant positioning here with a neural theft reveals all for Sen. Heat with a plant, going to be pushed back. Along with that, It's going to be the vulnerability wrapping all the way around as the flank occurring. Seekers now popped off. Sweep their way in through the site. Maybe points them exactly to where to spam to. If this pit goes down, it could be brutal. KRÜ, it all stands on this. Can they stand on business? Land the shots. That's all it comes down to right now. Sentinels in control. Perched right up and still this plant not down. Klaus has to commit it. Trailblazer through and there's the connection. Stun in sight. Shyy already dropped down to half HP. And it's a slow squeeze from every single angle. TenZ remain high ground position. They've got a full wraparound, but into the pit. It comes down to the timing. Shyy, shorty in hand. The series to bank on. Shots going wide! And with the pit falls, Klaus forced to do the most. Potentially there, but not available. TenZ